All right, everybody. Lloyd Hannison here from the Nerd Nest with another first look. This time we're looking at a game on Google Stadia with my nice Wasabi controller. We're taking a look at Legend of Keepers, which is a how do I explain it? You are the leader of a dungeon, and you have to set up traps and other things for people that are coming in to try to take your gold. It's a roguelite, so as you play through the game, you level up. If you die, you start back at the start, but you've gained some experience, which will make future playthroughs easier. But it's not just your standard, like, set up a bunch of traps on a grid and enemies make their way through it. There's different phases in the dungeons, and once you get to a certain point, there's various things that you can do on a day. So you can research something, or send someone away, or talk to a tax collector, or deal with the people that are coming in the dungeon. So it's a lot different than what I thought it would be. But I thought this would be a really great game to check out. I'm going to move my camera over here just because I'm covering the menu. And we'll see if that works out. So we're going to do a first look of Legend of Keepers on Google Stadia. Again, my name is Lloyd Hannison from the Nerd Nest, at Dasme on Twitter, DASME. Let's jump in. I'm going to do a new save because I didn't really understand how this game was going to work. So I played through a couple runs just so I could get my brain into it before we did a first look. So let's jump in and do that. Do I want to launch a tutorial? No. We'll skip the tutorial. I'll give you a tutorial by playing through it. All right, so this is, since I started at 0, this is your boss, the slaveholder, I guess his name is. 0 of 300 experience, and there really isn't much that I can do here. I'm going to turn my camera off. You can see at the top of the screen there's an archivist. If I hit X, I can kind of see all the things that I've uncovered in the game. I can hit Y for the mission to see kind of all the enemies that I have in my party and all the traps that I have in my party. But that's pretty much it. You can do info. You can look at your holder of the dungeon. His name is Maug, or Mog, however you want to pronounce it. And yeah, that is pretty much all that you can bring up at the front. And then if you hit R2 to go into talents, you can see that you start with 1 talent point, and you can kind of drop your talents into different things. So each time a monster is defeated, grant a 10 to 20% chance that the master gains shell. Grants to the master 50 to 100% chance to gain enrage, etc., etc. I'm just going to drop it in here. Whenever a hero is defeated by a monster, it grants 10 to 20% chance that the group of monsters gains enraged, which means damage and morale bonus, or I guess damage and morale damage is up by 30%. So that won't make a lot of sense right now, but we'll get right into it. So yeah, I think that's it. Let's start the first mission. All right.
Welcome to the company, Mog.
It is
I am
Mog.
delighted to have you with us. We'll need your fabled management techniques. We're putting you in charge of a little team in the old empire, a region overrun by humans. It's up to you to gather the monsters in the area and teach them how to defend themselves. Turn them into great employees, ready to give their lives multiple times for the company.
Oops, my camera was muted. All right, let's hit A. Okay, see, move my camera back over. I think this is going to be okay. All right, so week 1. So you can get a bunch of different tasks. You can see for week 2, there's merchant, engineer, and event. So this is kind of how the game plays until you get to the final heroes that are attacking you. So week 1, we'll go into the adventurers. It's a difficulty of 2 out of 5. There's no disaster. There's no resting room. And the reward for completing it is gold and a monster. So you can basically recruit someone into your army. So let's jump right in. Preparation phase. So the dungeon is just a series of rooms that run left to right, or at least that's what I've seen so far. Maybe they go up, down, left and right at some point, but you can, in the intro, or at least the first one, it's all they move from left to right. You can see at the top of the screen, there's a trap symbol, there's skulls, there's a trap, there's that little magic looking orb. there's more skulls, and then there's the big skull, which is you, the dungeon owner. So as the enemies make it from the trap room, so we're gonna put like a we'll do a rallying horn. It removes morale and applies enrage to the next set of monsters that will be in the next one. So this looks good. So in the first room, we're going to have this rallying horn. Then we get to choose the monsters and we get to place them. So you can see there's 3 dots on the screen, and that's like the front, middle, and back positioning. So someone will go to this Yegs guy here. You can see that he does damage from the back or from the front. He does damage to people in the back and also people to the front. Argug does front and area as well. I'm going to put him first. And then Incus does back and area. I'm going to put that one at the back, and I'll put this one right there. So that looks good. Let's move on to the next one. We'll place another trap. We'll do a circular saw. You can see the different traps. Here, let's remove it. We'll do different things. This does an area attack. That one does an area of attack. But you can get some traps that will damage the front person or the back person or reduce morale like the first one. So they all do different things. The room that I just passed by, it's a magic room. It allows me to immediately use one of my spells to attack all the enemies that are there. It's kind of like a free attack, and then they move on to the next one. You can see the next set of enemies. I'm going to put them how I like to arrange them. And then that's me, the boss. All right. There we go. So rallying cry. They come in, they have morale, or I guess I have morale boost. You can see... there we go. The enemies attack. I'm going to turn off my camera for a second. You can see on the left-hand side is the attack order. So it's my guy that's at the back. It's the blindfolded enemy. It's the blindfolded lady enemy. It's my guy with the bow, which is at the front, which is weird. So I guess whatever attack they did reversed my positioning, which is weird. Then there's the fire guy. Then there's my big guy. So that is always interesting. So the damage that I do from the guy in my back, I can either do a back attack, which does 46 damage, or a front attack, which applies poison, which gives 15 nature damage on the next turn. I'm going to do that one. I seem to like poison a lot as I've been playing through the game. Okay, good. They didn't kill my big poison guy. This is my favorite attack. Nature Volley, or Toxic Volley, rather. It does 20 nature damage across all 3 people because it's an area of effect. So this is a good way to apply poison to everybody for only 1 turn. So they only take a little bit of damage, but it's really good at the end of a room when your guys are almost dead, because then they go into the next one, they take nature damage, and then you do whatever the additional attack is. You can also see that, so below me, below my characters, so the guy that's highlighted right now, he has 2 fists, which means he does more damage. Then you can see the big tall guy beside him. He has the kind of like green skull. That means he's going to be poisoned for the next 3 turns. So yeah, I guess that's kind of it. You're basically trying to kill the enemies before they kill your end boss through the section of or through the placement of different things along the line as you make your way in. So yeah, that's about it. So we'll continue on with this one. We'll play through. I'm gonna turn my camera off while this is running so you can see the order of events. So they killed all my enemies, so it's like, oh my god, I'm dead. No, they're fine. They heal the next round. Although they do, if they die, they do take I can't remember what they call it, but after a certain number of deaths, they don't want to work for you, and then you have to send them away for training and stuff like that. So you have to be very careful about how you place all your enemies. All right, so as I said, this little orb is a spell room, so you can kind of do different things. So I can do 60 damage to the front guy. I can make my boss enraged, which does more damage, or I can take away the morale. We haven't talked about morale yet, so the enemies, you can see they have a red bar on top, which is their health. The purple bar is their morale. If the morale disappears, they run away. When you kill enemies, you get blood. When they run away, you get tears, I think. And those are currencies that you use for different purchases. So it might make sense to do some morale damage here, even though I don't have enough morale to scare them away permanently. But we'll see what these enemies do, or what these minions do against the enemies. Maybe I can do more morale damage and send some people away. All right, so Fireball, Fear the Dead. Let's do that. We'll do Fear the Dead. We'll keep doing some morale damage, although I don't think I'm going to be doing too much damage to these people. This applies slow, that one attack, so they move down the line of order of attack, which is really nice as well. And 15 morale will take them down to about halfway. So I'm going to keep trying to attack the morale to show you kind of what the morale does. I'm going to kind of try to do the same attacks as I can. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I might run out of health before I can actually do that, but we'll see. We'll do Scream of Terror. So they're almost done. And they're almost dead too, so that's probably not good. We'll do Freezing. And that's going to kill him. Okay. Unfortunately, that killed him. What are you going to do? So I successfully protected my treasure, and I get to choose an enemy, or a minion, rather, that I get to use in future runs. You can see at the bottom of the screen I have 12 of the little blood-looking things. That's the blood. Then beside it is the blue tears. I have 0 of those, and then I have 444 gold. All right, so you can see this skeleton executioner can do a damage to the person that's in the middle. I usually like having one of these guys because sometimes they put magic people in the middle and you can't really attack them right away. But I'm going to take this one for right now. All right, clear as mud. Does that make sense to everybody? We'll see. We'll go through a couple other things. So week 2, I have a choice of 3 things. Do I want to go to the merchant to buy a monster or trap? Do I want to spend some gold to upgrade my traps that exist? Or do I want to deal with office troubles and the business work environment for better or for worse? Let's do an event. So Icarus, a wizard with strange hat, has fallen from the sky and landed at the entrance hall. He was carrying a magical artifact. I'm going to take the artifact. So I'm going to hit A. And you can see at the bottom of the screen now, there's something in my artifacts. If I hit R2, it says grants a 50% chance to apply Frostbite with monsters' attacks, which deal morale. So I can also do Frostbite, which gives ice damage when I attack the morale. So that's actually a really good artifact to have. All right, so now we're going to go to the Alchemist or another event. So the Alchemist will take your blood and turn them into tears, and vice versa. So yeah, if you want to buy something that requires tears but you only have blood, you can go to the Alchemist and convert them over. Of course, it's not always available when you want it, so you kind of have to figure out, do I see something that I think I'm going to need the tears for? And then you would want to transmute them that way. Okay, we'll do another event. All right, good news, everyone. The board has declared that due to a great financial period, the company can allocate your extra resources in the form of a trap, a recruit, or cold, hard cash. Okay, do I want a monster, a trap, or gold? I'm going to do a trap. What did it give me? Oh, it didn't even show it. Okay. So therapist, you can do employee morale review, or you can do another event. Let's do a therapist. Your employees get a therapy session paid for by the company. Killing humans is a difficult line of work, and you often have to leave your conscience at home, particularly during torture sessions. This session will let your employees talk about their feelings and let out some steam, and it's a motivation gain for all available monsters. So I can thank them, or I can extend the session, which costs me 150 gold, but it gives me 2 ale things. We'll try that. All right, and now we're back to more adventurers that are coming in on week 5. So let's set up our dungeon and see what happens. I'll turn my camera off for the dungeon setup and run. But you can see this is kind of how the game is. It's completely randomly generated. So if you're lucky, you get a bunch of really good things. If not, you have to make do with what you get. And that's kind of how all these games sort of play out. All right, I got a mortar. Back, so it hits the back person. It does 30 fire damage and applies burn. We'll use that one. We'll see how that one works out. All right, we get to put the other enemies. Put my fire guy in the back, my frost guy at the front, and Guarg in the middle. We'll set the other trap. I'm gonna do a bone catapults. Because that does area. It attacks the morale, and it also makes them demoralized, which basically gives them -10 morale 2 more times, which is going to be useful if I want to try to get some tiers here. So we're going to try to attack the morale here. We're not going to kill the people. We're just going to morale it. Morale it all the way. Okay, that guy summons rats. It's good to know. All right, so what am I going to do? Attack the back person for 50 nature damage, or do I want to attack everybody? I'm going to try to kill that back person. I think he does a really good attack. He looks familiar. I think yeah, he does that thing, which does huge damage to the person in the back, which I don't like. Oh, those people didn't take morale? The person in the middle, rather, didn't take morale damage? That's no good. Okay, let's do... This one does center. This one does back. We'll do the center one. I want them all to run away. It might take me a while to get it all done. But doing the morale thing is definitely the tougher way to complete the early rounds, at least. Because getting attacks that do damage to morale are pretty tough. Oh, did not want to do that one. I want to do the Scream of Terror. Dang it. Oh, well. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right, so 30 ice damage to the back person and applies morale. Yeah, I think I want to kill that guy because he's going to destroy my guy super fast. And maybe I can do a little bit more morale damage before my big guy dies. Oh, he's taking major damage. And he's given major damage. Yikes. Alright, so this one, -15 morale. And I won't survive another round, unfortunately. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a morale kill. Just to show you how everybody kind of just runs away. It's pretty funny. They start screaming and then run away. Alright. So next attack is going to kill the back guy, I think. Yep. And that did a morale damage to everybody else as well, which is great. All right, so burning whip, show no mercy, and intimidation. Let's do that because that's another big morale hit to these guys. They'll do their early attacks. That's cool. That's cool. Do your little damage. I'm fine with that. All right, so do I want to do a fireball or fear the dead? 9 morale. I'm going to do that one. Every turn, it gets a little bit... okay. This isn't actually going to work very well. I want to slow him down, so maybe I can do more damage. We'll do another morale hit. Oh, the guy in the back, he's almost out of morale. So close. Fear the dead will get him. And there you go. They run away. I collect tears instead of blood. And I got 9 tears, 4 blood, and 51 health. Which is great. So let's see. Ooh. 12 ice damage and 32 morale. I like that one. That does a lot of morale damage. I'm going to try to do more morale kills than just killing them. All right, so now we're back here. Turn my camera back on, and we get to do another week. You can go to the merchant, trainer, or event. We'll check out the trainer. We haven't done that one yet. It allows you to take an enemy that, or minion that you really like. So who does a lot of morale damage to everybody? Area 8 morale, 9 morale, 15 morale area. Okay, let's train him. It cost me 250 gold to train. But now his thing does 18 morale, and he does more damage otherwise as well. So upgrading your characters is a good thing, but man, everything is super expensive as you're starting out a dungeon run here. Okay, I could buy a merchant or a monster or trap, but I only have 95 gold, so I'm going to do the event and hope for the best here. What is this? And I already have an Unholy Shroud. An enthusiast has tracked an artifact, tracked an artifact to you. Okay. I would like to buy it for a very attractive price. He seems to carry other similar objects on his person. One of your employees would be able to steal one from him without us noticing. Okay, so he wants me to sell my artifact to get it, or we could try stealing one. I'm going to try to steal. Hello, steal? Can I not steal? Nightmare Catcher? I can't actually steal. Alright, so I'm just going to hit refuse then. We'll go on to the next one. I guess I needed a specific guy, and maybe that guy isn't around for whatever reason. Alright, send 3 volunteers to plunder the place of your choice, or go on a business trip. Choose an employee to protect the sales department during a business trip. Let's do that. Who do I want to send out? Someone that I don't use very often. What's this? This will give me protein barrel. You can only place 1 regular trap, but it gains multi-action at the start of the dungeon. Wow, he's gone for 14 weeks if I do that. 5 weeks or 8 weeks. Okay, we're going to send this guy. He'll be gone for 5 weeks, and I think that's plenty of time. All right, we'll do another event. Professional Mourner. A Banshee has offered her crying services for a very reasonable price. You can get a smaller quantity of tears for free if you show her one of your employees to get her all emotional. So do I want to refuse? Do I want to pay 50 gold to get 20? Or get 10 for free? I'll pay to get 20. All right, so now we're at week 10. So we have adventurers or veterans. Veterans are harder, but the rewards are much, much better. Let's try veterans because we're sitting at about 22 minutes. So if I die, I die. But it kind of gave you all an idea of what this game looks like. I'm going to turn my camera off for right now. We're going to do, what is it, Bone Catapult? Yep. We'll do that one. All right. We'll move our guys to their normal positions. Sadly, they're all level 1s. We'll do another trap. Do we want to... That's kind of like a bard, and he looks like he has equipment on. And he's also level 2. Armor increased by 30 as his passive. Yeah, we'll put a mortar there, because I might actually need to just kill these guys and not worry about morale. Okay, so I'm going to put this guy there. This guy there. And the fire guy right there, because that fire does decent damage. Prepare to die. Prepare to die. All right, here we go. They took their morale in the first room, and now it's time to attack. So I really don't like how the enemies always seem to start first, because they sometimes are killing my minions before I can even do any damage with them, which is really super annoying. Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna do what do I do? We'll hit the guy in the back because he's level 2. I want to try to kill him as quickly as I can. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, this is not going very well. Doing veterans this early was a very bad idea. We'll see what happens here. I think all my guys are going to be dead before I get to attack yet, which kind of stinks, but what are you going to do? Wow, that guy's taking a crap ton of damage. All right. Oh, this might kill him, actually. Oh, no. It only did 27. That's right, because he has extra armor. That is right. But he's taking a lot of damage from the fire and ice. I dig that. All right. Applies Enrage to the next group, which does more damage. Or do I want to do 60 damage to the front guy? Let's do Enraged, because I want to hopefully kill a couple guys with these minions, but it's not looking so hot here. With no one... Oh my gosh. Okay, he's dead. Oh, he has like 1 health left, and he did damage to my guys. That stinks. Alright, so Inner Emptiness or Big Fire. 10 fire damage and 10 morale. Morale dealt doubled if the target is affected by at least 2 penalties. Oh, wow. That was not what I expected. Okay, I'm going to kill the back guy. So at least one of these guys is dead. Oof. Oof. That's an oof. Alright, let's see how a boss battle goes. Bosses have a lot of health. Like, I think this guy has 1200 health. Yeah, so he's at 1129 of 1200 right now. So, morale isn't doing so good. We'll do this one first, so everyone is bleeding. So they're going to take some damage over time. And then I'm going to use the big attack, I think, to try to kill this guy in front. Oof. So the boss's health, as I said, 1200 health. This boss's health, it's I guess replenishes. He heals over weeks. So as you go through the weeks, he gets an X amount of health per week, which can be it can be enhanced by items and things that you choose and random stuff that you happen into when you're playing your way through. So just know that while he has a big health bar, it's going to take some time before he's back up to fully healed if you're attacking other enemies right away. So just other things to keep in mind. Oof, I'm at half health almost. I'm at 696 of 1200. That hurts. Oh, and they have a sliver of health, so they're going to take me down under health, or under half health. And, yeah. We'll kill her. All right. That one hurt a little bit. All right, so what are we going to do? Do we want a scientist? Skeleton scientist. Scientist does nature damage, so poison. Do we want to have a soldier, which is great. Monsters behind the skeleton soldier take 15% less damage. Good to put one of those high up. I had a level 3 one of these in my first run, I think, from sending them away for upgrades and stuff. So that was actually really useful. And then the harpy does air damage and haste. Okay. Applies haste to monsters in front of the harpy. Oh, so the skeleton soldier at the front and the harpy at the back would be a really good thing. Speed increases the, or puts you higher up on the list of who attacks when. So let's do the harpy. Just because. And we'll see where the rest of this run takes us. We're at 28 minutes, so I think I'm going to do a couple more weeks. So this motivation, so as people die, they lose motivation. This is the motivation that they're regaining. So after every run, you get some motivation back, which is good. All right, so let's go to the doctor. Let's see what the doctor looks like. Occupational Health Office has been called in to do some tests following your recent assignments. The doctor provides you with some basic medical care. 240 life healed. So my boss character is going to get 240 health back. So you can see his health went back to 898 from where it was 600 and something. All right, let's go to an event. Shifty-looking suppliers offering you some human thighs to feed your employees at a discount price. They don't look or smell particularly fresh, but you know that management would grant you a sweet salary bonus for reducing overheads. I've done this one. If you accept it, it actually damages you down the road, but since we're ending our run right away, I think this will be okay. I could use the extra gold. And what's this? An opportunity to send one of your employees to an intensive training course. Let's do that. Who do we want to send? Yeah, we're going to pay the 250 to get them 2 levels. So we'll pay that. And we'll go to engineer. We'll see what the engineer does because we haven't looked at that one. Okay, so I can upgrade my rallying horn. I can upgrade my bone catapult. I can upgrade my circular saw, or I can upgrade the mortar. Let's do rallying horn. Let's upgrade that one. I need 225 to upgrade it again. Oh, I can only upgrade everything once. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. That's a shame. But that's okay. Let's go back. All right, and now we're at another week of adventures. So, this is essentially what Legend of Keepers is. You are setting up your dungeon, going through, and you're hoping to get as far as you can. You can see I'm at week 15. I think it goes to week 30. Don't quote me. I think that's what it is. But at the end, it's like the final battle, and if you win that battle, you can then go to other areas. So I'm surmising. I didn't win. I had the final enemy down to, I think, like 10% health, and they did an attack that killed me. So I was so close to beating on my first run through. Didn't work, so I'm not sure what happens, but that's what I'm assuming just by the text that popped on the screen. So as you go through the game, remember a reminder that your big guy gets XP, and then you can use that XP to upgrade your character. You can spend your points on various upgrades and things like that, but that all happens after you're done a run. So whether you beat this mission or not, like I'm here. I'm at that blue. Can I get that off my screen? Like, I don't want that to pop up. Yeah, there we go. So I'm at that blue flag beside the guy. I'm assuming that if I beat it, I can then choose one of the other ones. But as it is right now, I'm only about halfway through this one, so I haven't gotten any XP. So anyway, I think that's going to about do it for my first look of Legend of Keepers. I'm really, really enjoying this game. It is slow. It is it's plotting as you're making your way through it, but the randomness and everything built into it is great. And the fact that your main guy, your main big bad guy, his levels up continue between runs. So in my other save game, he was level 3 after dying. This guy, since it was a new save, he was at level 1. So you'll be able to keep playing it over and over and over, get more powerful, finally beat a level, and I'm sure that's going to unlock some other artifacts and things that will then allow you to get further and further and further as you play through the game. So really, really enjoying Legend of Keeper. This is a really great game on Google Stadia. It performs even better with mouse and keyboard. I'm playing on Chromecast with a controller right now, and it's not too bad. I do prefer the mouse and keyboard play, so I played most of my game on a web browser, doing it that way. But yeah, I mean, your mileage may vary. That's the beautiful thing about Stadia, is you can kind of choose to play games however you choose to play games, which is fantastic. So anyway, that's going to do it for me, Lloyd Hannison from Nerd Nest. We also host a weekly podcast on Google Stadia called the Stadia Cast here on our YouTube channel. We'd love to have you. We record it live at 10 a.m. Eastern every Sunday morning, so you can kind of start your Sunday off with a cup of coffee and some good talk about Google Stadia. We'd love to have you here. Make sure to hit subscribe, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment below on what you think of Legend of Keepers. But that's going to do it for me, Lloyd Hannison from the Nerd Nest. Dasme on Twitter, DASME. Would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this video. Take it easy, everybody, and we'll talk to you in the next one.